Yes, sir. Back in action like a gassed up Texas. I'm here with one of the men who's a pillar in my life. Sir, please let everybody know your name and your title in the community.
You're talking to the one and only Mr. Orlando Davis at Green Acres Middle School, also known as Coach Davis. A lot of these young ones don't know me as a coach, Rod, but in your day, that was my calling card.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, I want to make sure my shirt tail was tucked in. Uh, I did all my chores at the house. I took the trash out.
You
And
remember that stuff, Rod?
man, yes, sir. Look, to this day, I'm like, if I don't take the trash out, Coach David gonna come in them jumper cables again, man.
Hey, I told the kids that I said, man, we used to hook them up. I said, you need your battery low. They was like, huh? I said, your battery low. We can give you these jumper cables and charge you right on up, or give
I'll
you a couple of thunder cookies. You will be all right. They were
find
like,
find
they don't
energy
know
from
nothing about
nowhere,
that ride. They know
man.
nothing about it.
Find energy from nowhere. I
Make you
look.
move. Make you move.
Oh man, look, it was so funny, but you know what? I have a lot of those tendencies myself,
Oh
and
Lord.
listen, I don't believe nobody hurt. Cause you never believe no, you ain't never believe it. You I don't know do you remember my stomach? My sister stepped on my stomach and she stretched my stomach,
Yes, sir.
and right before the championship game,
Right before the game,
I could not walk. I was like, this is the
you
biggest
barely
day
was
of my life,
moving.
coach. I was out of there. And see, even to this day, if I say I'm sick, everybody know Rod need to go to the
Rod sick for
hospital.
real.
Yeah, Rod sick.
Yes.
Cause I push a car in a ditch, you know. He's like, and they like, yeah, Rod, nah, man. He say he's sick, he's sick. Well, I came out of the steps, you slapped me, and I couldn't walk. I couldn't walk like 3 consecutive steps without. Hold on. Man, you grabbed me by the back of my neck
Yeah,
and
I was
mushed
like,
me. Cause that was just love. That was just all love. It was all love.
I was
And you
like, come on, man, we got to get there. It's like, why you taking your time? You ain't want to tell your coach you hurting because you knew you weren't gonna be
I
in there. You like,
I
man,
avoided that hallway, boy. I avoided that hallway. But yeah, but let's go ahead and jump into it.
yes,
So
sir.
obviously, y'all see this is a rich relationship right here. This is the virtual pull-up show. This is where myself, Roger Abernathy, the host, come and go retrieve those people who was like pillars in my life. And our careers take us in different paths, so we got to catch up with them virtually. So that is what we're doing. These are impactful individuals that just change the room when they walk in. So for over 20 years, this gentleman has done that consecutively, might I add, with multiple people, not just me. So listen, how you been, first of all?
Doing well, Rod. Trying to take care of myself. You know, as you get older, that body get to telling you things. So I'm in the process of getting these knees redone. It's a
Okay,
struggle, but
okay.
other than that, Rod, blessed, feeling great.
Outstanding, outstanding. Look, I'm over here. I catch myself starting to rub my knees. I'm like, oh, here you go. It didn't start. I've never had a knee problem, but now I'm starting to rub.
There you go. Yes,
Oh,
sir.
man, here you go.
Yes, sir.
Listen, but I wanted to say thank you so much, man. From the get-go, you just do not know how many conversations we have away from you where we
Okay.
still chat about you. Well, speak of you. I always say about and about is I'm talking about you in a negative
Yes,
fashion.
sir.
Of is I'm lifting you up, right?
Yes, sir.
So we speak of you, man, in the community. I just got off the phone with JC. I shot you a text. I told you
Okay.
I tracked down JC Jackson, who is like the man when it came to running backs over
Oh
there.
my God.
The man. So I talked to JC for 2 hours, and I'm supposed to interview him.
Yes,
And
sir.
Big Juke, talk to Big Juke,
Oh,
and
Julius Whitehead.
yes, sir. And Tadaris Turner. He doing good now. He
Oh
doing good.
man, you
Yeah.
finding them, Rod.
Yeah, man. I'm getting them. I ain't playing no games. And I'm coming after a few more, man. But right now it's about our coach. Coach. Some of the best days of our lives, man. When you pulled that grill out, you slapped us on the back of the neck, got us in line, and made us get our work. A lot of us wasn't getting our work. We didn't
Right.
care anything. And one thing I will say, you would have us moving things, organizing. You showed us so many different facets and that shaped our life to this day. And I tell you, one of the major things, it may not been big to you, but you knew it would improve us. And look at me today. You made us read in front of the class.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore.
No, Rod, it
Yeah.
wasn't a way of embarrassing you. It was a way of building confidence. The thing that you fear the most is the thing that you have to do. And one of the things that I always used to tell y'all guys, running from it won't save. So, you got to face it. You got to do it. You whatever it is, and you can apply it in life. You can apply it in school. You can apply it in sports. You can apply it in your marriage. You can apply it you can put it in every facet. Running from it won't save you. So why not just go ahead and do it?
Right.
That way, when it comes up again, and it will come up, hey, I got it. At least I have started to tackle it. I may not be as good at it, but I'm not as bad as I used to be. So each time it comes up, I'm getting better. I'm getting better and better. And after a few times, I've mastered it. I got it.
Mm.
And I'm no longer fearful of it. So that was my main goal with doing those type of things with y'all. I fed y'all guys because I needed to buy in. Because I
Mhm.
knew, over that west side, y'all wasn't listening to nobody. Y'all like, man,
Man,
who this
what?
dude? So I figured, let me get to their stomach,
Yeah.
feed them, give them a little basketball, put them in that gym, just let them stay. Then it grew on y'all. Y'all didn't want to go home.
Oh man. You messed up. You really messed up because you instantly, without paperwork, adopted 60 kids.
Exactly, right. Exactly. You know, other coaches would ask me, Coach, how you get so close to your team?
Yeah.
They get off the bus, they jump right in line. I can't get mine to do none of that. I said, man, I feed them jokers and I tear them up when I have to. You
Yep.
tear them up. I said,
Yep.
Coach, I have to get them, man. My boys are hard headed. I have to
Yeah.
make believers out of them.
But
I,
the
s-
cr-
After
the
that,
yeah,
I,
you
I
straight.
told them after every game, we go in the gym and I let them have a free fall.
Yeah.
I said, if I game at 9, we back here by 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, they end up playing basketball till they fall out. I
Yeah.
feed them, I crank up the grill, and they just keep playing. Their
Yeah.
mamas and daddies come to pick them up. They don't want to go home.
They don't want to go
So
home.
I told them that it's a downside to that. I said, you got your own family. You wondering why you still up at that school. You've been up at that school since 7 o'clock that
Look.
morning.
Yep.
And it's 4 o'clock in the evening and you ain't got home yet. So,
Yeah.
it was that. So then
The,
I
the,
learned how to, at that time, all I had was Tracy. Tracy was my daughter. I started bringing Tracy over there with me. So,
yeah.
everything worked out.
And I tell you the funny things, man, anything you ask us to do, we would do with no hesitation. I mean, especially like team captains.
Yeah,
You appointed, some little proteges, and next thing we were getting everybody organized, and then if we saw a gold vehicle roll through our hood, we were grabbing a rake. Man, you will slide through the hood, and then the funny thing, you be like, I rolled through your alley. Like, you can ride through my alley.
yeah,
Yeah, I did. That trash can was leaning or falling down. Like you would check up on us. You'll ride through, we playing basketball in the middle of the street because kids was outside then.
that's right. That's
Man,
right.
you'll park and watch us. And then even when we start having to run around the school, man, you'll get behind us in your truck,
Follow the gold truck.
follow the gold truck, man. And it
I
was
got
so
that idea from one of my coaches, Rod. He used to be real. I had bad asthma in high school, so
okay.
I couldn't really play football like I wanted. I really wanted to play.
Hmm.
Mama wouldn't let me play. So I was a band boy who's always watching the football, always, because my mama was a serious football fanatic.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, I mean, she knew football left and right, had her own teams, her home there. So I was always around football, but she never would let me play.
Okay.
So I'm like, I'm gonna learn the game. How about that? I'm gonna be a student of the game. And I became a student of the game. And I different people poured different football learning into my life.
Mm-hmm.
One of the first guys to really pour it into me, like the X's and the O's, used to be a guy that coached at Carver High School. His name was Francis Reynolds, Coach Reynolds. You probably know his name.
Okay.
Real, real teacher of how you do things. And he was like the good cop. The other
Okay.
coaches would be fussing and stuff. And it's like, why the band boy over here?
Right, right, right.
I'm over there in the
Yeah.
band, but I ease over. The band finished. I'm over there standing on the sideline
Right,
watching
right.
because I took a course from Coach Reynolds. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm standing next to him. I'm sucking it all up until my ride get there.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect
So
position. Perfect position.
yeah, I'm learning. I'm learning. I'm learning. So then I go off to school. I go to a school that didn't have a football team at all.
Okay. Okay.
So now all the guys who were there who played ball, we get an intramural football team together.
Okay.
So we
Okay.
got all this untapped talent
Yep.
on the yard playing literally street football,
Mm-hmm.
if you will,
Right, right, right.
in an intramural league. And that's how I really, really got into it, right? So when I
Yeah.
got to Green Acres, I don't know if you remember Coach Moore. Coach Moore, the tall black dude, used to be the PE teacher.
Uh-uh.
He was, you know,
Yeah.
the first team we had, Rod, I wasn't supposed to be the coach. I was just
Okay.
supposed to be out there helping
Just
out,
fill in. Okay. Yeah.
just to help out.
Yeah.
And Coach Moore got transferred and said, "It's your team now, man."
Mm.
I looked at Coach, I said, "Huh?"
Mm.
So you had all these big guys walking around this school who was like, "We got a football team,"
Right,
and
right.
I'm looking like,
Uh,
"Yeah." Eyes big, don't even have a staff.
right.
I'm like, this man just threw this in my lap. So I go up to the
Mm-hmm.
principal, Miss Francisco at the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I said, Coach just told me he being transferred. She said, "Yeah, you gonna take over the team?" I said, "Yes, ma'am, I'll do it." This is like my second year there, and I'm
Okay.
like, "Who do I get? I mean, how
Right.
do I get it?" She said, "That's on you, Coach. Whatever you say."
Mm.
She
That's
said,
how they do
"Whatever you
you.
say,
That's how they
we'll
do you.
do it." We ain't never had a team over here. We got some big kids. I'm like, yeah, we got a bunch of big kids,
Yeah,
but do they
yeah,
know how to play ball? This, that, and the other. So it was a learning curve, man.
yeah,
It was a learning
yeah.
curve. So as
Man,
time went on, I began to learn different things. And then God began to put people in my life
yeah.
who poured into me like I poured into you.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Coach T?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah. Coach
Oh yeah.
was
Ano-
introduced to me by
Another
Mr.
general.
Yes, another journal. God rest his soul. Um,
Mm-hmm.
that were came and showed me, Coach, you need to do this with your run game. You need to do this and you need to do that. And that's how I became so enamored
Yeah.
on running the ball. And we had them horses. I was like, we gonna ride these horses till they die. And
Man.
we were able to do some phenomenal stuff with the little scheme that we had,
Mm-hmm.
with the bodies that we had for a number of years. And it had gone all that time, we weren't even trying to throw a pass. I was like,
Nah.
Lord have mercy.
Nah. Yeah, it was so many. See, so the great thing was coming from Charles A. Brown, which was right up the hill.
Yes, sir.
Charles A. Brown, we've been knowing each other, like the guys that could potentially be great athletes. We saw them in PE. And basically if you got your work, you was gonna be on the team.
Yes, sir.
And so by the time I came there, I was so in the same elementary school was me, Roger Abernathy, JC Jackson, Von Terrius, Sharp.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was another fast guy. Harold was there. He was very fast. Tate, all them Vinesville boys.
Okay.
To Darius Turner. Like all of us was already at Charles A. Brown. We coming
Right.
to Green Acres.
Y-
So when those guys got ready to come, Dansby, he was there, Jonathan Dansby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Dasby.
All of us was already there.
I
So
just my ultimate dream was I wanted all y'all to go to Inslee and win that state championship. Cause I knew in my heart, Rod. I told everybody I saw, if them boys right there stay together, nobody in the state can beat them.
nobody.
Everybody be like, nah, coach, there. I said, if they stay together, I say together, that's the key. I said,
Yes.
now they all go different ways, because at that time we were
Yeah.
feeding some kids to West End.
We
A
know them.
few of them will go to Winona.
Slip
Then
off the
we had
Fairfield.
Inslee, and a couple or two might even go to Jackson Nolan at that
Yep.
time. Remember?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep.
So I said, if these boys could stay together, which of course they could,
Right.
Julius wound up going to West End.
Yep.
You went to Inslee.
Mm-hmm.
Turner went to Inslee for a while.
Turner with the Ansley, then he went to Parker. Milk went
Right.
to
Where did
Ansley.
Dansby go?
Dansby went to Hudson Middle, and because his mom stayed by Ossipico,
Okay.
and he ended up coming to Ansley. So we played together.
Okay.
Now,
Okay. Okay.
now, now, what happened was Dansby was D tackle, and I was middle linebacker. So we worked together.
Together.
So,
Okay.
so when we got ready to go to college, we were trying to go as a package deal.
Yes, sir. He wound up going to Jackson State, right?
His brother,
His brother
big.
went to Notre Dame.
So he had 3 older brothers.
Correct.
Kevin, Melvin, and Kevin went to Notre Dame, and then one of them transferred to Tuskegee. Big Mike,
Okay.
Big Mike, that was the offensive lineman. He wore size 17 shoe. He went to
Yes,
Jackson.
sir.
He went to
Okay.
Jackson State,
Okay.
and Dansford was over there with Coop at
At
Alcorn.
Alcorn. Gotcha.
Listen, that's a story that I gotta tell you off the books.
Okay. So
Because we look.
Big Mike played for us at GA too.
Okay, yeah. See,
Yeah.
all of
We
all
had
of us already
see,
there.
you see all that talent that was in that one area.
Yeah,
That's some awesome size and some awesome athletic ability.
yeah.
So my thing was, if all of these kids would leave Green Acres and go to Inslee, now they were asking, Coach, why you just saying Inslee? Well, I knew what's the older coach that was
Co-
over there at the
Coach
time?
Campbell, Coach Campbell.
Coach Campbell had a serious run game.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
knew what we were doing at Green Acres wasn't too far from what he was doing at Inslee.
Gotcha.
So I was like, it'll transfer.
It'll transfer. Yeah,
Everything that we did, you would have easy time.
yep,
When
yep.
you went to Inslee wasn't doing nothing that Rod Abernathy didn't know how to do.
Nah. I jumped right in.
That's my point.
Matter of
You
fact,
probably played some your freshman year.
yeah, I did. I was just about to tell you they had 24 seniors, and 3 freshmen made the 6A varsity team. That was Roger Abernathy, Marcus Parrish, and
Remember Marcus?
Jonathan Dansby, which all came from Green Acre
Green
Championship
Acres.
team.
Mm.
That was the only 3. Everybody else, BT. and coach, when I got there, I refused to play anything less than B. I'm talking about across the board. I'm still in bases, in baseball, varsity, basketball, varsity. I actually sat out my freshman year on purpose because I'm like, I'm not playing no B team. And I lied. Well, I didn't lie. I just never told the basketball coach that I was in the 10th grade, and I just went to try it out for varsity.
Got you.
and let my game speak for itself, and I made varsity.
Right.
Yeah, I started over 9 seasons. So yeah, so it went down. It went down. So, coach, let's talk about a little bit about this classroom.
Yes, sir.
Where did you develop this passion? Because it's a different angle to reach these kids.
Yeah.
And we talked about the sports. We talked about feeding them, teaching them morals and values. Let's talk about the educational part, because I think a lot of the time that kind of gets pushed to the backside. And
Yes,
but it's really exciting because we all have families. And now we got to read to these kids. We got to, make sure they got their homework, things of that nature. What
Yes,
did
sir.
you see from an educational standpoint that gave you an angle to or a edge to reach these kids?
Um, I take everything from what happened to me. My rearing up, I grew up in a single mom home,
Okay.
uh, who she wanted better for her boy. And the dads for me were my high school teachers. My
Yep.
elementary school was, we didn't have a middle school on my side of town at that time. All
Okay.
the middle schools were like on the west side. So I went to Fairmont Elementary School, and we were it was a bunch of ladies. Strong ladies, don't get me
Okay.
wrong.
Right.
They didn't play the radio with us. But when I got to my high school, I had all these black men that were teachers, Rod. And I'm
Mm.
talking about these guys like, hey man, get your behind in gear. Do XYZ.
Right.
This is what I ain't asking you to do it. I'm telling you to do it.
Right.
uh, a guy by the name of Mr. Leroy Burton. I don't know what he saw in me, Rod, but this man made my schedule out
Mm.
every year. I never
Wow.
ever made my own schedule. He told
Okay.
me what I was gonna take.
Mm.
Davis, come on over here. I'm like, who is this man? How did he know what who
Right.
took me under his arm? That's how I first got introduced to Omega Sci-Fi.
Okay.
He
Okay.
went to Tuskegee. He was a biology major. I wasn't a biology science guy. I was always a history guy.
Okay.
And the history guy at my high school was a guy by the name of Coach Harris. All of them were coaches. All of them did something. They coached something. They did something.
Right. Right.
Like I said, I got, count on the back burner because I was the bad boy. I wasn't in the athletics. I had it, but once again, mama wasn't gonna sign them papers because you got
Yeah.
chronic asthma. I could run 2 blocks and start breathing hard.
Oh man. Yeah. Yeah.
So I figured out the best way to get over this asthma. My doctor was like, the more active you are, the more capacity your lungs can take. Because I was a preemie, Rod.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
a 7-month-old baby, 7 month, wasn't supposed to be here.
Mm.
Wasn't supposed to make
Wow.
it.
Wow.
So that tells you what God has planned. Can't nobody touch it. Can't
Ain't
nobody
nobody
mess with it.
touch. Right.
So he put other people in my life, and Coach Harris, Rufus Harris, and another guy by the name of Robert Harris. They weren't related, but
Mm-hmm.
those two guys poured history
Mm.
into me.
Okay.
And I had this passion, and I was like, I'm gonna be one of the best history teachers ever.
Wow.
I'm gonna teach these kids. I'm gonna tell them about the truth. They're gonna get a chance to know it. So when I got into my own classroom, I made sure that you guys understood what impact this history had on you right now.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I said, man, no little kid, no middle school kid want to read no history. You're
Right.
gonna make
Right.
them
Right.
stand up and read this stuff. Them boys gonna jump on you. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
yeah, definitely y'all didn't want to do it. So I
Right.
knew if I could get y'all guys to buy into, get that confidence up, and then at the same time know from whence you came,
Yeah.
everything going forward,
Be a
even
breeze.
though it's racism, even though it's all kind of stuff to hold you back, you couldn't be held back because now you in the know. They can't tell you nothing different.
Right. Right.
Couldn't tell you nothing different. So once you got to high school and those other teachers were stacking on top of what had already been built, and
Mm-hmm.
God forbid if you went to college and they poured more into you, oh,
Yeah.
you a monster now.
Oh yeah.
Can't nobody. I knew it. I knew it. So I just made sure I planted those seeds. As a matter of fact, one of my favorite sayings is, "I'm planting seeds, growing trees under whose shade I may never sit."
Wow.
And I understood that. I may never be able to see the fruits of what I laid forward. That's why I love seeing y'all when y'all come back.
Yeah.
A lot of folks be like, man, we don't know what they did. I said, man, some of these kids doing great. They
Yeah.
doing excellent stuff.
Hell yeah.
We hear all the bad stuff. Yeah,
Yeah.
he went to Green Acres, this, that. I say, but the good far outweigh the bad. We
Man.
just don't get that report.
Right. And I was sitting there. We had a number of conversations, and I was sitting there thinking, what if you just had like a highlight tape of Green Acre alum that has done so many things now, and
Mhm.
and it just flipped, you know, just ran through, and it just showed you so many different careers, and because I'm still doing stuff now as we speak, and
Yes, sir.
it's just amazing to see. Because even when you tell me, man, such and such with the Green Acres, I'm like, no, you know, and it's so crazy because as a student, you pass by, you never really you don't know about networking in middle school,
Correct.
but the teachers, the educators, they have to individually deal with. So you will know, you like you said, you plant a seed,
Yeah.
and you know exactly what that kid possess, what he or she can or cannot do, and then when they become something, you already know. You know before everybody. Okay, yeah, I
Hmm.
taught them that. I remember he didn't know how to put the apostrophe on it. You know, it just everything. And so, you know, I had to make sure I come back. It was just in my DNA. I'm like, I was making decisions based off of you, or would Coach Davis be proud of me? You know,
Okay. Okay.
I got to a point where I had to make a decision when I was at Livingstone College in North Carolina on full scholarship. I was a computer information system major. And I was like, this ain't gonna work.
Yes,
When we
sir.
I know the pedigree. I know the pedigree. I got to bounce. So I called my mom and I said, hey, I'm finna transfer school. She said, what? I said, look, but this what killed it though. She said, I said, I'm not gonna play football. I'm gonna
Okay.
do engineering, and I'm going in the summertime. I'm gonna go to barber school at Lawson, so I always be in school year round. So when I come back home, I'm home, but I'm not in no streets or nothing. My mama heard that and was like, bullshit. You I got stuff on the table now. She like, you without sports? I don't see that happening.
Okay.
You just gonna shut it down. She said your motivation was behind a sport. She was like, if I
Mm.
didn't hear a ball bouncing, coach, I used to. So in my room, the door was tightly against the wall,
Okay.
but it made like a little triangle behind it.
Got
So
you.
that was my basketball goal. So I would fold that door back. I got to the point where I'm just ducking the door. Boo! She like, boy, if you break that panel in my door. So it was stuff like that. Been playing soccer with oranges in the hallway, stepping on them, putting orange stains. Man, I mean, kicking the ball in the room where you're supposed to have. Then I'm like, if I don't knock that over in this front room, I can get around anybody. You know,
Right.
it's just so much stuff, man. That being with you, going through Green Acres, is just something that if you can bottle it up and sell it, man, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Mm. Well, that's
And
good to know, Rod.
yeah,
That's
man,
good to know because
yeah,
it's quite a few kids who come through there, and I still keep telling them, guys, there's a larger world out there that you
yeah,
have not been introduced to, and I want you to have a part of it. I don't
yeah,
want you to think that you can't be a part of everything that's going on. And see, now this thing like you and I, this technology that has
right.
shrank that world, they can
Yes, sir.
get stuff that they normally would not see,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, you can do this academically. You don't have to be an athlete to access
Right.
that.
Correct.
I'm like, you got this scholarship and you got that scholarship and you got this school want you. You got this school want you. We just took a group of them down to Tuskegee,
Okay.
and I'm standing there in front of the veil of ignorance and I'm telling them, guys, this is what you want. You want to be a part of this. I said, look
Yeah.
around you. Look at what these kids driving. Look at what they're
Right.
doing, man.
Right.
You can be a part of this. You
I
don't have to be on the outside.
you
And no
don't.
sooner than I said that, a Tesla came by. Yes,
Ooh.
sir. And they were like, I said, yeah, you can have one if you
Right.
want. Yeah, that's
Right.
exactly
Right.
what it was, right?
Yeah.
All eyes. With just that slow walk, like, is
Yeah.
that what I think that is? I was like, yeah. I said, now here's the kicker. I said, it's competition to get in here.
Right.
I said, because you got kids coming from all over the world.
Mm.
And here was the key. I said, look at the tag. What was the tag on that Tesla? They was like, I said, it said Pennsylvania.
Wow. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
said, so you got to understand, you got people coming from all over,
Yep.
everywhere. And they, hopefully they had some buy-in, right?
Yeah.
Hopefully they had some
Yeah.
buy-in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm definitely gonna connect with you, man, and pull some stuff. Uh, is it in a retirement in the future pretty soon? What we looking
Yeah,
like?
Rob. We looking at 3 years out.
Okay.
I probably would have retired at the beginning of COVID.
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
had I not had a younger son,
Gotcha.
that's
Yeah.
coming along. He's 16 now. He's in the 10th grade. As soon as I get him situated, wherever he wants to go to school and do, and that'll be at the end, his senior year, 3 more years, get him situated in college, and I can hang it up.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Well, there's definitely some things, man. We definitely got to get done, and I'm gonna definitely tap in with you, and because I'm spontaneous. Like when you say things like Tesla and things of that nature, I have some great friends that has like all kinds of luxury
Yes,
transportation,
sir.
and kids just need to see it. That's what it was for
Correct.
me. I
Correct.
just needed to see a big stadium, and I knew I could be a part of it.
Yes, sir.
So there's a lot of things that I would definitely like to pull off.
Okay.
With your help, I can just bring a vehicle up there and say, "Hey, shh, bring your class out here," you know, and let them all get individual pictures, man. I can email it to you, and they can have that for life, and stuff like
Yes,
that.
sir. Yes,
Um,
sir.
so let's talk about your happiness and your peace. And I want to set this question up for you. You give so much to so many individuals, past, present, and even some are still using it, like myself, in the future. You do so much for them, and I know it's exhausting. So how do you hit the reset button to obtain your happiness and your peace?
To keep my happiness and peace, Rod, is that's a good question right there, Rod. My faith. I've always been a believer. Um, I'm a God fearing man. We I used to gather y'all up and pray like it wasn't nothing. You
Hmm.
know, even when they told
Got us
me
matching ties. We all have
right,
matching ties.
I dressed y'all. Even when they told me I wasn't supposed to do it, I ain't let y'all
Mhm.
know that. But they,
Right.
it was like, Coach, you can't do that. And I was like, y'all can't stop me.
Hmm.
Because I understand the importance of having a spiritual life.
Right.
And that part of it keeps me grounded. It gives me my inner peace.
Hmm.
Uh, the word itself speaks to you, and it can transform your life,
Hmm.
and definitely keep you from doing wrong. It's so much you can get caught up in, and you don't have to be young to get caught up in it.
Right.
It's just things that are out there in those streets.
Hmm.
So you have to be able to maneuver. You have to be able to say, no, that ain't for me.
Hmm.
Different things that's going on in around our city, and the way different things happen that are, the way Birmingham operates. You have to be careful. So with that knowledge and that inner peace that I get from serving, you're right, you get tired, you get burnt out, but the reset button is always in reading my word, and that Sunday, that whenever I get a chance to go and worship or to fellowship, that's my reset time.
Okay. Outstanding, outstanding. Well, I definitely hope everybody takes some of these notes and pick up these gems that Coach has dropped. Thank you so much for your time today. We're gonna do another part, so so hang on. But let me go ahead and tell you, I'm the type of person you don't have to put me out. I know how to lead. So we appreciate you. We give you flowers while you live. Thank you so much, sir. And anything you want to say to the people that you've impacted?
I'm proud of all of y'all, every last one of you. I got a chance. A group of them, Rod gave me a card and something. I don't know if you remember old James.
Mhm.
I forgot James'
Yeah, I
last
remember
name.
Jane. I remember Jane.
Yeah, James was fast as a whip.
Yeah, yeah.
And he had his brother. He told me his brother had passed away. I know
Mhm.
that it was some of the fastest cats down there in Central Park. Man, I was like, we could never get James to do right, so we could get the
Mhm.
potential out of him. But
Right.
now he understands. I'm teaching James' son, John. He got a son that's there, and he's not an athlete, but he's a smart guy.
Wow.
And he came up and he was like, this man right here in front of his son. He was like, this man right here made me act right when I didn't want to do right,
Right.
and that made me feel good,
Oh yeah.
that somebody, when y'all leave there, when you go home, just a little bit of what I'm saying is still stuck up inside your head. So that way I
Sure.
knew I had to be careful about how I act and what I
Mhm.
do,
Yep.
because I'm impacting lives and I'm
Yeah.
impacting young boys who will one day become men. That's what I want them to be, you
Yes,
know.
sir.
So when y'all come back and do that, or I see them in the street and they be like, Miss David, Coach, let me introduce you to my wife. These my kids right here.
Yep.
That's all I wanted to see right there.
Yeah.
You ain't have to go off and be no superstar.
Right.
Just be a good citizen. Be that good guy. Take care of your family. Be the priest of your house, and everything's all good.
Yes, sir. Well,
Yes,
it's
sir.
all good. I highly appreciate you. Thank you so much for today.
No problem,
All
Rod.
right. This is Roger Abernathy signing out. RODTEE Media, the virtual pull up. Part 2 is up next.